Good evening, welcome to a night of Dota. Well, it's only probably one game, unfortunately. We're gonna watch games for the Excellent Moscow Cup. Now, there were 2 games scheduled at first, but Virtus.pro is having some roster issues at the moment, and they've already cancelled out one of their games tonight, and that it's likely that they will also cancel their Excellent Moscow Cup game of tonight, which is up against NEXT.kz. But have no fear, we're gonna see NEXT.kz anyway, because they are... Yeah, my hair doesn't really want to work today. They are the team that we're going to see going up against the Retry. Well, I say the Retry, but it's actually Dream Team 168 here on the Radiant side for this match. I also am joined once again by Jeet Vance. Welcome back.
Yep, good to be here. I googled up what Dream Team was. I was going to pretend that I knew what it was immediately, but apparently 168 means to will succeed, which is really, really wonky.
Wow.
Sounding, but apparently, yeah, it's a Chinese thing.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, we're just going to have to see if they work this out. They have got a bit of a changed lineup. I mean, it is still the retry, and there are some players that we recognize all the players regardless, but they have...
It's the retry.
Yeah,
again.
Basically. So they did change something about their roster, but... Nothing too big. We're gonna call them Dream Team, though. I guess they want to be tagged as that. So, NEXT.kz, they have already managed to secure themselves a Naga Siren. And in terms of bans, I mean, there's not really that much special to say about it. Surprising to see Dazzle making it through, though. But I mean, like an Invoker, Centaur, as well as Ember Spirit removed.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to agree on the Dazzle front. Apparently, this hero in the since yesterday went from one of the best heroes in the pool, one of the most difficult heroes to deal with, to NEXT.kz and Dream Team apparently just don't want him. Maybe it's just something they don't particularly want to run in their strategy. I mean, already Dream Team, they've already got one good defensive support, so you wouldn't expect it from them. I would be more likely to expect it from NEXT.kz, as well as that is that you don't generally want to pick the Dazzle versus the Ancient Apparition, because your heals mean nothing generally versus the Ancient Apparition, and often Shallow Grave won't always save people. So I don't think there's anything too surprising from these drafts. I mean, Batrider Shadow Demon this early is a little bit unusual, I think, Shadow Demon, but NEXT.kz, I mean, we know they're one of the teams that like to run hard carries probably more often than most other teams right now, because most teams don't run hard carries. They run sort of mid-game centric, and Mantis, he's a fan of hitting creeps.
He surely is. I have to say, I'm a bit surprised about the Shadow Demon pick up this early as well. And there are certain scenarios where it could fit in. Shadow Demon is nice against Naga Siren. If she gets really fat, you can create an illusion of her and help counter push with the Radiance or of your own illusions. But it could also work out very nicely on a lane if you have a hero that needs to set up for something. Like a Mirana, we already see the Mirana removed. But Slaughter would be one of those heroes as well. And if you then have a secondary support as a Dazzle, regardless of having Ancient Apparition as your counter, perhaps if you're going to plan on winning your lane so incredibly hard that Ancient Apparition would be a non-factor, then that Shadow Demon Dazzle combination might still be pretty strong. And with the Shadow Fiend already picked up, that's going to be cause for some tongue breakers, by the way. Shadow Demon, Shadow Fiend. But Shadow Fiend, of course, has a minus armor aura. And perhaps Dazzle and Slaughter are just adding to that. So that is a possibility still. We'll see though. Actually, both teams, they know what they want to do. At least neither of the teams have run into their bonus time so far.
Yeah, I mean, both teams seem fairly confident about it. That's an interesting thing about drafting at the moment, is that because there's so many heroes in the pool who are viable, it's much easier to draft something purely for yourself, but it's very difficult to actually ban the enemy heroes, because you simply don't always know what they're going to go for, but you always have multiple options that you yourself can pick up. So it's a lot easier to pick than ban than it compared to ban than it used to be. It used to be that bans were a lot easier. I mean, we're starting to get a bit more of that now, where the first 4 bans are fairly homogenous. Some teams will pick some different things, but yeah, I've got to agree on the Slardar front. Actually, that's a very strong combination. Shadow Fiend Slardar as well is very capable. It allows the Slardar to just focus entirely on what his hero is there for, which is mostly initiating and putting that minus armor debuff on people. And Shadow Fiend, I mean, he's just going to do a ton of DPS from the back of the fight, so if they do want to go for that, they can, but they do eventually pick it up. It is going to be that Dazzle. It's a nice hero to have, but it does mean both their supports are very defensive.
Yeah. They really have to do well on their lanes if they want to make this work. I would actually say, when you say defensive, I would actually add aggressive tri-lane with the Linked Apparition and Naga Siren with Manta, or with mirror images is not really something that you want to go up against, I guess. No, they just need to really win their lane hard.
Concerned. I mean, as far as individual damage, neither of these heroes have a strong nuke, for instance. Shadow Demon has a lockdown spell and he can buff up others. Dazzle can help others fight, but they need somebody else to do the damage for them. That's what I mean. I don't mean that they can't go aggressive. They certainly can do, especially versus, like you say, the side of NEXT.kz. Although I don't know, it's pretty dangerous to go versus NEXT.kz because you don't know, all their heroes so far. Yeah,
in terms of a nuke, Dazzle has, of course, got a Shadow Weave that he can do after the disruption with the illusions, which is a pretty big thing, especially with the Soul Catcher on there. But normally a hero would not die from that alone, so yeah, there needs to be another one. I'm hoping it's going to be a hero that can actually be semi-aggressive. Now, Slardar is one of the heroes that is maybe most logical, but because of that, maybe NEXT.kz is going to ban it out. It all depends on what NEXT.kz is expecting.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is Slardar is our immediate thought, which, is maybe what Dreamtime are thinking about, or Dreamtime. There's another team called Dreamtime, isn't there? Are they Chinese? I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Anyway... But the thing is Dreamtime, they probably realize that the Slardar is the obvious pick for them right now. And it's not like they need more initiation. They already have quite strong initiation. Obviously, you want to get as much as you can versus Naga Siren, but if this Batrider plays well, and actually I was going to say, they can pick another hero that can do the same sort of role.
Yeah.
So they don't have the minus armor, but Wraith King's good.
Yeah, I would have actually liked to see the Luna, and I kind of forgot about her for a moment until she got banned out. So I think it's a very good ban, as we have seen a lot of successful Shadow Demon Luna combinations, even without the Dazzle. But the Wraith King as a carry here in the Dream Team 168, I like it. But at the same time, it's also pretty risky. It is not a lineup that can win from a Naga Siren who is super duper fat. On the upside, for Dream Team, they have got now 2 solid carry cores, as I like to call it. Like, Batrider is not that much of a carry core, still a core, but NEXT.kz only has 1 of those, so 2 beats 1. Unless, of course, NEXT.kz has a mid-hero that is also a bit of a core that can turn into a carry later on in the game, like a Shadow Fiend, for example. Which is
and I've got to agree with you, because one thing that I'm noticing with NEXT.kz's draft is they have this Chen that they've just stuck into the lineup now, so they give themselves a very good push. What's he going to do during the mid game, though? What's he even going to do during the early game, especially if this is an aggressive tri-lane? This Chen could find himself actually having nothing actually to do on the map other than farm, and frankly, if this Naga Siren gets up a fast Radiance, which is obviously the objective for NEXT.kz, unless they decide to change things around, because it is possible to go maybe an early Diffusal, even a Vanguard on the Naga Siren, and deal with that Wraith King a little bit better, but then you've got to worry about your late game, because Dream Team have probably much better late game if you don't farm up a lot. So I'm kind of worried for this Chen pick, because I feel like if the Naga Siren gets a Radiance, what does the Chen do?
I have no idea. I'm also very curious about what the sign says that the mouse or hamster is holding.
It's Russian.
It's Russian, okay.
Well, I think it's Russian.
That sucks.
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what it is. I'm sure someone will mention it, but the last pick now is actually going to be TA, so that'll be an interesting one. Should do well versus the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, no,
if she gets a 1v1 matchup versus him, though. They could put the Shadow Fiend solo safe and the Batrider versus the TA.
That's possible, too. I would actually prefer that. Nyx Assassin is going to be one of the other solos on the side of NEXT.kz, and Nyx Assassin up against the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend should be able to do that one well as well, so I wouldn't mind seeing that one. I do like the Templar Assassin as one of those mid-heroes that can turn into a carry core if you want to, if you build her the right way. It all depends on how patient Wadafaka is, because he's going to be the one to build her, so it's very build specific. So we'll see if he wants to go for Blink Dagger or if he's going to go for something else entirely, as we do have a Casper Red Nyx Assassin set, which makes him look like a Sand King. Well, so that's there. But yeah, let's take a look at who's
playing. You need new eyes. That's not a Sand King.
No, but if you zoom in, he actually does look from the front a lot like the Sand King. Like, he get the scissor hands things.
Alright, okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, let's take a look at who's playing what, as we do have for NEXT.kz on the dire side, Stelcat playing the Nyx Assassin, and in the mid lane we are still going to have Wadafaka playing the Templar Assassin, leaving a safe dual lane up on top with, well, what? Who is Chen?
Okay.
How do you pronounce his name? Sorry, oh. This is where I get stuck too. But I cannot pronounce his name. I'm waiting for Kane to give me an answer. Oh, equal! Thank you! You already said it. Okay, that's equal on the chat.
Yeah, I was going to say, that is definitely a NEXT.kz player.
Yeah, it's equal. As we do have Mantis in a lot of trouble. He already got stunned here. Disruption will come out as well. I'm grouping up for that heal. The heal comes out a little bit too late though. Still hurts quite a bit. Are they? Oh, careful there. Mantis, he's actually blocking himself in, eating a tree, but with the tower hitting there. Dream Team cannot do anything here. They have to just let him go. And last but not least for NEXT.kz. Oh, actually, with a chilling touch there, they might be able to turn this around. Look at the damage! PGG in a lot of trouble. Luckily, he's fast enough and no fear. We're able to get them away. Disruption coming out again. There is another heal up if they want it as well. The stun comes out. In comes the heal. That's going to be your first blood right there. Welcome to CIS Dota. Nubik gets the first blood. 20 seconds into the game. And yeah, like I said, Reeves was the last one there, so equal on the Chen and Mantis on the Naga Siren. That's everybody introduced for the side of NEXT.kz, who already lost one of their heroes.
Yeah, and on the side of Dream Team, it is, of course, the aggressive tri-lane carry for the team. He's on the Wraith King. It's going to be Nubik here. His supports for the team is going to be No Fear, as well as, of course, PGG. They're on the Shadow Demon, as well as the Shadow... not Shadow Priest. He's called Dazzle. There's so many shadows in this game. Everything's dark, I can't see where I'm going, but in the middle lane it's going to be Afterlife, he's on the Batrider, and solo safe lane here is going to be ZXC. He's going to have to be a big worry for NEXT.kz, because whilst they're trying to deal with this aggressive tri-lane, he's going to be farming up fairly well on the bottom, although Stylecat's actually pressuring him a lot.
I was going to say, he doesn't have a single last
He's got Poor Man's Shield, and yeah, well, they've backed him up.
Top lane, Mantis, they need another Disable, but they don't have it. Like, they need a poison coming out from Dazzle or an extra stun from Nubik. They just don't have enough lockdown to actually take him down. But yeah, this Shadow Fiend is not really doing as well as I thought he would. Stalcat in the meantime, he's not really doing, in terms of last hitting, that much. But as long, if he's doing his job, if he is annoying ZXC to the point where he's getting less farm, which is mission completed, I'd say. No fear, where are you going, buddy? They're gonna dive into the trees. They've got Nubik in there as well. Nubik is having another... Yeah, he has got enough mana to go for a stun. That's a kill right there. No fear this time with the kill. And the tower is still being occupied by some creeps, only now pointing towards the hero. PGG, you're taking a lot of damage there, but he has got a tango, so he's fine.
Alright, I love what Nubik actually did there. I don't... Most people probably wouldn't notice it because it's ridiculous and... But what he did is he cancelled his auto attack loads of different times then, because he knew which one it was. They'd already done enough damage, so he knew exactly what it was, but he's only got level 1 Mortal Strike, and his attack speed is awful. So he just had to try and get as much damage out as possible then.
Oh, Nubik actually getting hit by the Cold Feet. They can't really go on him, and actually Reeves is going for something entirely different. Ooh, stick charges keep PGG up for the moment, no fear. Still living as well. Can't really come back though. In the meantime, Nubik, he's going to be the target. That, like, if there was a bit more synergy here, NEXT.kz would have had a kill. But everybody chased down someone else.
Yeah, people were chasing down multiple people. Of course, this Naga Siren, because she's going for this hard farming build, she doesn't have a point in Ensnare yet, and that means it's pretty much impossible for the Cold Feet proc to actually be that usable. I mean, they did manage to get Nubik with it, but he's very tanky. He's extremely difficult to deal with. At this stage of the game, a Wraith King is just... I mean, he's just a big wall of muscle that you just can't really deal with. I mean... And they don't have a huge amount of damage. It's nice that they can get the Cold Feet proc off, and the Chen is doing a fair amount for them, but he's also not farming particularly well in the jungle in the meantime. He's only level 2 and a bit, so... I think this tri-lane's going pretty well for Dream Team. They do have to worry a little bit about their Shadow Fiend, but the thing about Shadow Fiend is if you can't shut him down forever, he will come back with this farm, and already he's done that. He had a terrible laning stage for the first couple minutes, but now that he's picked up some souls, there's nothing that Stalcat can actually do to beat him.
The only thing he has to be worried about is not hitting himself with the Spike Carapace coming out from Stalcat. Actually, he doesn't have any mana anymore, went for an Impale, that's going to be it for him. In the meantime, in the middle lane, Wadafaka is actually having a very good time. He's sitting on 20 last hits, highest on the map. And right now, Batrider is nowhere to be seen. We know where he is, though, as that's not gonna happen. There we go. We know that he's on his way bottom. He has a haste rune. He's not level 6 yet. He's level 4, so not real sure that like how he's gonna try to take down Stalcat. But well, he is actually.
Well, he's got a haste.
He's got a haste, but he is taking a large amount of damage. One more, like seriously.
All right, that was interesting. I feel like Stalcat's typing right now.
Yep.
Is it okay? I thought he was gonna flame him.
Lol, like to his team probably, something like that, because that was just stupid. Talking about stupid, PGG just showed his face to Wadafaka, who is trying to Psyblade him. It's not really working out all too well, and it looks like PGG is gonna be making it out alive. Psyblade only level 1 anyway, so. Well, I say making it out alive, but he's still hanging around. He's got 9 stick charges, so he is probably fairly confident that he can.
This is dangerous for him though, but he's getting free XP in the meantime, and as long as Watafaka doesn't go crazy aggressive on him, he should be okay. And he knows the Batrider can turn up at any time as well, which, speaking of which, he's going to try and do, but Watafaka's already so far ahead of this Batrider in levels. This Batrider's
look at this illusion.
Is this illusion?
Yeah.
Oh my god, is he going to do
stick
it?
Charges.
Oh,
stick charges.
Stick charges.
Oh,
Plus
meantime on the top lane, Nubik, cold feet. Are they going to proc? They are not going to proc, but he's still taking a large amount of damage. Here comes the chilling touch, and that's going to be a kill. No fear, no mana to help him out. So Wraith King goes down to the top lane, making it 2 for 2. Still, though, that rotation from Batrider. This Batrider is struggling so hard. And maybe not even in last hits, which he is also struggling with, because he's only got 10. But he is even only just level 5, while Templar Assassin is so close to level 7 already. That's just... It just seems like there's something off right now with Dream Team. They are not... I don't know, they're not playing to their full capacity, because we've seen Afterlife before. He just makes some weird decisions. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like maybe he went on the T. I didn't actually see what happened in the lane, but I think what would happen, judging from how this lane's gone and how he's so under-leveled and he's had to go back to the jungle a lot, is that perhaps he went on the TA when he thought he was stronger than he was, and from that he didn't have enough regen, or he'd used up all his bottle charges or something, and he basically just got stuck in a position where he was like, oh, I just wasted my time.
Yeah, that's gonna be Chen picking off this Shadow Demon, and Nubik in trouble as well. The heal still comes out, but there's no grave. And that's gonna be Nubik living. Nubik lives, yeah, barely. Or does he, Reeves? 6 health left on Nubik, and Reeves might be slightly greedy. He'll go down, a bit too greedy from him, but then again, both teams have done that before. Turns into a one-on-one, which is, I think, more than DT was aiming for, at least. I mean, they were just slightly out of position again. They don't have any vision up top at all. They also miscommunicated the disruption and the stun coming out from the Wraith King. They did it on the same target at the same time, so that was just a bit silly. I think they're lucky to only lose one.
Very sloppy.
Nice skill.
And Shadow Fiend actually goes down on the bottom lane. Yeah, that's a nice rotation
and
from them.
Stalcat,
he does use his up Vendetta, but man, this Batrider is. I'd not expect a Batrider to ever lose this lane versus a TA. It's a very nice matchup for the Batrider. You can tick through those refraction charges pretty quickly. You can control the lane easily as well. Lower her turn speed, which makes her using Psyblades incredibly hard. I mean, this is just a. It feels like this. Yeah, it feels like an outplay, or maybe just a big mistake. I feel like you almost couldn't outplay on a TA versus a Batrider. It's a very one-sided matchup in Batrider's favor. So I think he just made one small mistake, and Watafaka has taken a huge advantage out of it, because he's way ahead of where he should be, and he's right at the top as far as CS is concerned right now, and he's going to be very farmed. In fact, he's gone for Phase Boot, so he might even go for that old school Blink Dagger build, because there are these under-leveled supports on the side of Dream Team that could very easily be bursted down by a TA with a Blink Dagger and Phase.
Yeah, it's just like I'm a bit baffled, because obviously we're watching CS Dota. You see some crazy stuff sometimes. I'm not gonna deny that, and you're not expecting like Empire level of play. I was gonna say Navi level of play, but Empire is right now the better CIS team, I guess. So we're not gonna completely expect that, but this just. It feels like they're just having an off day combined with CIS Dota. So far, the pace of the game, I mean, you got yourself Dream Team, who was supposed to be the team that is running that aggressive trial lane, should be getting kills and shutting down a Naga Siren. Mantis, even though he's been shut down, he's only got 18 last hits, which is not that much.
Radiant's bottom tower is
But he
under
is still
attack.
getting
Yeah, I
normal
mean-
levels. Oh, wait a second. Mid lane has got some troubles. Motherfucker. He has got enough mana for a refraction. He gets some company from ZXC here as well. He's going to try to run for it. He's running completely the wrong direction, but perhaps Stalcat. In comes an Impale. Hits up on 2. They get 1. Double kill already for Motherfucker, as he was already able to kill off the Bear Rider before that, and they get out alive. Blink Dagger for Motherfucker. I was saying at the start of the game, perhaps they want to build him into a semi-carry. No, they want to build him into a lean, mean killing machine.
Yeah, this is the classic old school TA ganking build, and great play there for the side of NEXT.kz. Watafaka actually baited them into that double impale there, so nice from Starcat to hit it, but Watafaka, he's now going on mid lane, he's going to get himself another kill.
Whoa.
This TA is way stronger than he should be at this stage of the game, and is basically just crushing.
Yep, and that's going to be Nubik just killing himself on Mantis. They were going at it for a while there, but I think that maybe Wraith King underestimated the use of his
Radiant's bottom tower
stick
is under
charges,
attack.
because he did not, he could have gotten the mana to res himself, to get the Ank up, the reincarnation up. It's just silly misplays. I mean, I'm not saying that NEXT.kz is not playing well, because they are obviously
Dire's
able
middle
to
tower is under attack.
basically profit from the mistakes that DT makes. But it is mostly DT's mistakes that get the game on their side rather than anything else. I feel like we're seeing, this team hasn't been together in this capacity for a long time, but we've seen these players do better before. They are gonna get lasso up on Stalcat though, but the Hand of God comes out and he vendettas himself out of there. Nice spike carapace as well to just delay
Dire's top
his
tower
death, and
is
he's
under
actually
attack.
coming back in. No detection coming out from
Radiant's
DT
middle
from the
tower
side.
is
We've
under
also got
attack.
Templar Assassin. Hasted Bear Rider though, that's going to be a tough one to try and take down, but the haste rune is already over, and Bear Rider able to juke it out, getting himself
Radiant's
out,
middle
and at the
tower
same
is under
time,
attack.
maybe Wraith King is in some trouble. He will have his ultimate up, and they see that too, so they're not going to try. Agent Operation ult. Gonna go up on Afterlife. Afterlife flying away, knowing that he has to back out. That melt damage. Agent Operation might die, but what the fuck? I don't think he's too sad about that. Impale come out, no mana burn.
Radiant's middle tower
Oh, they didn't wait for the mana burn. I think they would. I thought they would wait for the mana burn. Stalcat's actually in some trouble right here. Nice spike carapace actually, but he'll still go down. Disruption, what a fucker. His reflection almost off. Might still get a kill out of it though. PGG, the urn keeping him up, and what a fucker is the one to go down. Okay, thank you.
Radiant's middle tower
DT now was able to profit from NEXT.kz's greediness, because that is just purely what it was. The greediness of NEXT.kz cost them a lot.
Radiant's top
They
tower
might still
is
got the
under
tier 1
attack.
mid in terms of towers, but they just lost a lot of gold.
Radiant structures are
Yeah, they
fortified.
gave up a lot of gold, especially from that TA, because that's her first death in the game, and frankly, she was getting way more than she was supposed to anyway, so this is putting them on a bit more of an even footing. But yeah, I've got to agree on the whole. Dream Team are just, they're just playing weird right now. I mean, they had some nice plays in that fight, but previously to that, they just did some strange stuff that you wouldn't expect. I felt like they'd outdrafted NEXT.kz to a certain extent as well. They got a very nice aggressive tri lane. They've got ZXC who should free farm on the bottom lane to an extent, and the Batrider should generally beat the TA,
Yeah.
but at this point, Batrider, still no blink up on him. It's getting pretty late now at 13 minutes. They can try for Mantis here, but he has Song, he's not an easy kill, and with Afterlife having no initiation, I mean, they just need to get the Blink Dagger up on this Batrider as soon as possible, because otherwise, they're never going to have a way of actually jumping on a target and focusing them down, because the Wraith King, he's not got any major items either, because their tri-lane didn't do as well as it should. And
I'm actually
I mean,
thinking,
smart play from NEXT.kz, they focused down ZXC.
Yeah. I'm thinking that maybe Nubik wants to go for Blink Dagger as well, because, I mean, they need that initiation power. Bedrider will have his soon,
It's
but if
definitely
that's
good.
enough, then I'm not sure. We're actually gonna see maybe a bit of a go here up on Nubik. We have Stalcat hanging around. He's got his Vendetta up. Reeves is around there as well with all his spells up. They would only have to take him down once because his ultimate's still on cooldown, but they still are gonna try to go for something else. A ult's gonna fly in. This is not gonna hit anything. That's a bit of a weird movement.
Roshan has
Nice
fallen
Roshan
to
though.
the
Templar
ground.
Assassin, of course, with the melt damage can take that with the Chen tanking the creeps, as we do see PGG getting found out and delaying the inevitable, but seriously, he's dead.
Yeah, goodbye PGG. I mean, PGG's having a lot of deaths this game, but it's better for him to absorb these ganks than anybody else on the side of Dream Team, because frankly, they need the items more. I mean, even the Dazzle is more item dependent than perhaps a Shadow Demon is, so You know, it's not great for him. He's not going to get any items from this, but he's not going to get any levels either. But it's better that, you know, maybe Nubik gets a little bit of space or somebody else does. As far as that AA ult goes, I think that was actually... It was meant to be a really good AA ult, and I saw what they were trying to do, is that they're predicting where this Batrider is, right? Because every time the Batrider's not on the map, they know he hasn't got his Blink Dagger yet, although he's just picked it up now. That's when they
he's
should
also
go for
picked
that,
up
and
Mantis.
they're going to go Mantis.
Yeah, Hand of God. Oh, still went
Very
for the
close,
song,
that.
but too late for that. Standing in fire, not good for your health. Heard it there first. In the meantime, bottom lane is going to be Nubik dying. Nofer actually teleported in. Well, he is regretting doing that because he's dead. Double kill for Reeves for that one. That's a double kill for the Ancient Separation. That is so close to having his Aghanim Scepter ready. And once he has that one, you got yourselves an Aghanim Scepter Ancient Separation up against a Dazzle and a Shadow Demon, who are both fairly squishy. At least Shadow Demon can disrupt the target, I guess. Deny some of the damage, if you will.
Yeah, and it really just feels like Dream Team, it's like they're not communicating. You know, it's like a pub game where one person will go in and be like, oh, I have to save this, but I don't quite have enough backup. Maybe if I TP, everybody else will. And then he TPs and goes, guys, where is your TPs? And they're like, oh, we're not carrying one, or we didn't care. And they just let him die, and in the end, they end up giving more away than they really needed to there.
Sorry, that was funny. Oh, they had the ult coming out. It's a nice kill, by the way. That was a kill on the Batrider. We saw him getting chased down. PGG, what are you doing here? You do have some backup, but Mantis is not an easy target.
This is a good try.
Yeah?
They might
Do
get
they have
this.
the damage, though?
No, they can't get it anymore.
Not with Stalkat jumping out of the trees. Will maybe go down himself. Yeah, but that's a good trade. As in, rather losing the Nyx Assassin than losing a Naga Siren. In the meantime, what kind of dive is this? What a fucker, you're on the wrong base, dude. There's still a tier 2 tower standing as well. What a fucker. Getting chased down. Sentry Ward is not there. Melt damage. Oh, no fear. Does he have a grave for himself? Yes, he does. Nice stun coming out on the Templar Assassin as well, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Or is it? Lesso coming out. No fear will live. Well, what a fucker. He does not have a refraction. Getting stunned up.
Aegis.
And he loses his Aegis for trying to dive a tier 3 tower and blink away and not getting the Dazzle. Oh god, he's
still trying to get this Dazzle. This is the greediest play ever by Watafucker. Nobody's ever been this greedy in their life, and he's still trying for the kill, but
yeah, well, he's gonna
they're
pay
not falling for it.
Mysteries.
Like,
I
that
mean,
is...
Mystery.
I guess they want Dream Team to get back in the game. I don't know what that decision making was, but
it's like,
that was,
okay, guys, I know you're kind of lacking gold, but, you know, here, have this
I've
Templar
got plenty.
Assassin.
Here, you have some.
Yeah. It just
I'm a
seems
very
so
charitable
stupid.
TA. Yeah, I'm not sure what that plan was. I mean, he really wanted to try and kill No Fear, which is understandable because playing against the Dazzle is very irritating, but...
And it's nice to see
you
big
could just let
numbers.
him go. Why do you need to go all the way into the enemy base to try and get him there when you know that Dream Team are all around you? Like, it's not like it's hard for them to get there. That's their base. They live there. Okay? Like, I don't know about that decision making, but I mean, he doesn't get anything for it, but at the very least, he secures a ton of space for his team.
That's true,
because in that time, Mantis was still waiting for his Song of the Siren to come off cooldown. He's managed to get level 11. He's got enough money for his relic now. It's not going to be a particularly fast Radiance, but
Mid
given nobody has
lane, we
any
have a
items,
fight
it's
going on
gonna
our
hurt.
hands. Hey, ult's gonna fly in, hit up on 2. Nubik is actually not having his ultimate up. He has to be very careful. He might actually shatter soon. Yep, there he goes. Jen actually with the killing blow. What a fucker, managed to get out of there alive. Has no fear, is in some trouble. Graves himself, so that's the grave gone for this fight. He should be able to make it out unless Chen can make some big plays, which he can. There we go. Double kill for equal. Will go down himself, but that's worth it already. They also get themselves the Shadow Demon. Nyx Assassin was able to get that on the sides. Stalkat. Spike Carapace too late. Might still get ZXC anyway, though. Stalkat is doing pretty well in terms of levels, in terms of tankiness. And there we go. What a fucker with a double kill team wipe. And all they got was a Chen. Not even a t-shirt. That was just annihilation. And nice
Guys, we got the
micro from
Chen.
Equal as well.
Yeah, I mean, great play from NEXT.kz overall this game, but it really does feel like Dream Team are just... They just made bad decisions. I mean, I really do feel like their drafting was great this game. You know, no fault to that, but they just kind of fell apart very early on in this game when they had a fairly big advantage. I mean, they were shutting down the farm on the Naga Siren. They were getting good farm on their Shadow Fiend, but something happened to the Batrider mid, and from that, Watafaka has just tore this team in half. He's not given them an inch, and I mean, well, that's not true. He gave them an inch when he jumped into the middle of 5 people and tried to get some kills.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
the problem is that that's Watafaka's role this game, actually. He doesn't need to worry about even being a late game carry because nobody on the side of Dream Team is farmed at all anymore. The Shadow Fiend, he looked like he was going to be early on, but now he's just picked up his BKB and the Naga Siren's farming the whole time, and Watafaka, he will go down here, but even so, this Naga Siren, she'll have her Radiance with it just about at the 20-minute mark, so not enormously fast, but given that you went aggressive tri-lane versus her, and you don't have any items on your heroes, so Radiance is going to hurt you more, I think it's fast enough.
Yeah, and at the same time, I mean, that Bat Rider looks like he was on the off lane. The Shadow Fiend looks like he was tri-laned against, I mean, or at least had a tough mid lane perhaps. He's still the most farmed hero on the side of Dream Team, don't get me wrong, so he's not doing that bad. But he is not at all what he should be, considering he had he should have had semi-free farm against the NEXT assassin that he was up. And it's just starting to get out of hand. This Wraith King is also, I mean, just underwhelming in terms of nice dust usage.
Guys, I think there's a Nyx near. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either. Was a bit awkward.
Interesting plays.
We do have the Aghanims ready up on the Ancient Deprivation, by the way. Let's take a look at what NEXT.kz has built, because that Radiance is of course done. We do see Templar Assassin going for a Manta style next, so I guess in that regard, still having a bit of a semi-carry influence there. Just wanted to make sure that, you know, you can have some extra survivability. Personally, I would like to see a Desolator, but, you know, can't have it all. Blink Dagger, NEXT Assassin is also done, and so far it's just DT that is just struggling. Dream Team is behind by quite a long way. We have about 9k gold in favor of Dream Team, and experience even below the 10k, or at least I guess that's above the 10k, but on the graph it looks below. That's confusing. Okay, so yeah, Dream Team, they are behind. They're fighting from behind. How would you say that they are gonna get themselves back into this game?
I mean, I would say at this stage, you've just got to ignore the Naga Siren. She's going to farm anyway. She's already got her Radiance up. It's not a particularly early Radiance, so she's not going to be one of those heroes who is going to come out with way more farm than anybody else on your team is ever capable of getting. So yeah, they're going to fight for 4v5.
Yeah, they're going to try to fight 4v5. What the fuck? I'm still taking a ton of damage though. Has got herself a refraction up, will have it turn off, and that's going to be the only casualty of war for now. I say only because that's a reincarnation that you are hearing from the Wraith King. So they actually get a successful fight with Watafaka not able to live through it, and they didn't even get any, like the only thing they got in return was an Ankh, but by this time Wraith King is level 11. Oh wait a second, PGG, nice disruption coming out as well. PGG lives for the moment, but Mantis is here, and that could be trouble. Well, that would be trouble if he was actually alive, but he dies. Shadow Fiend starts to really hurt right now, and he'll be able to get a double kill. Stalcat, Reeves running for their lives. Stalcat already stunned up, makes sure that he stuns up some others as well, but it's not enough to actually live through it all. Triple kill for ZXC here on the Shadow Fiend, and he might be the saving grace for Dream Team in this game, because he also is right now on top of the net worth list.
Yeah, I feel like Dream Team, maybe, you know, they've come up with a special plan here. It's bait the enemy team into thinking we're way weaker than we are, play badly for the first 10-15 minutes, and then suddenly come up with a really smart way of doing things, which is to just go, well, if they're going to have one person farming, then our best bet is to just go and fight. Yeah, just go ham, because right now they have to fight without their Naga. She can't do anything. We saw in the last fight.
BKB turned on by ZXC, but he's gonna still die. That physical damage is not gonna get stopped by that. Afterlife is managing to TP out, and Nubik should be able to run away from this as well, but that was a bit of a weird play by ZXC, I guess. Yeah,
I think the issue was that their Batrider jumped in to try and get Watafaka, which is obviously the right target. It worked in the last fight, it'll carry on working. Watafaka is all of NEXT.kz's damage right now. He's a ton of damage, don't get me wrong, but he's the only one who's going to actually do very much in the fights. The Naga can maybe send some illusions, but that's about it, and they didn't manage to get the lasso off, and at that point, Shadow Fiend, he'd committed under the tower, so he BKB TP'd, but that was never really going to work. It was more of a, well, let's hope this works kind of a thing than anything else.
That is just brilliant.
Yeah, one ganker plus a global nuke, always a very difficult thing to deal with here. Looks like they're... Batrider, this is going to turn around and be a kill, I think.
Yeah, it is. Chen will go down. Necronomical units, free gold for Nubik and also Batrider. Stalkat's able to get away, but that's pretty good for DT. I mean, they get themselves a trade out of that, and it's a worthy trade. Perhaps they can stop the Roshan from being done, what the Faka is attempting for right now. They get a disruption off. Stalkat, nice fight. Carapace, Dust coming out as well. Can they take him down? Nubik is already out of mana, so even if his ult is up by the time he dies, he won't be able to get back up unless he uses the stick charge at the right time, and it's not enough actually. Not enough mana, or mana coming out for his ult.
He is pretty fast though, and I mean with the sacrifice of PGG, I said it earlier, PGG has to absorb ganks, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough anyway.
Nope, that's going to be Roshan going the way of NEXT.kz. Unless they want to try and take something else in return first, like maybe a tier 2 bottom or something, but... I like what Shadowfiend is doing though. He knows that he is the one that people are relying on, so he's just farming top, trying to get some extra gold, not minding his teammates throwing away their lives at the Roshan pit. It's the only thing that he can do,
I mean, he's got a fair amount of gold here. I guess he's just going to go straight Butterfly next. He needs the survivability against the physical damage, and he will go straight Butterfly, so he has a chance to fight the TA now. I mean, you're relying on RNG to a fair amount, but it's better than relying on nothing, which previously was all he had, and... Looks like Starcat's trying to go here, but... Well, with PGG coming in, PGG's actually managed to farm up a mech, so... I don't feel like Dream Team are maybe as out of this as they looked like they were going, but this game is still an uphill battle now, because you're now fighting from behind versus a Naga Siren, one of the fastest farming heroes in the game, and a hero you cannot let get to the late game, because if you do, you're almost certainly going to lose. She's just too... able to do too many things in the late game. She's not just a late game carry. She's also a great team fight setup, a great initiator, great split pusher. She does a lot of different things.
Naga Siren's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call her awesome. Maybe annoying.
PGG.
Maybe evil.
He's disrupting himself, but I don't think that Wadafaka's gonna care. He's just gonna hit him. Mechanism goes out. There's still a melt hit. There we go. And one more hit will do the job. That's gonna be a kill going the way of TA. Still has that HS 2500 gold and the Manta style. What are you expecting her to go next? Is she gonna go something boring like the Crystallis?
I think Crystallis will probably make the most sense. She could go for that Desolator if she wants to, but it doesn't synergize particularly well with the Naga Siren. She more just wants to be able to get straight damage herself, and Crystallis at this point, well, no, she's going for the... Oh no, she's going to go BKB, so yeah, she's now going to make it very, very difficult for the side of DT to actually initiate on her and kill her, and that's what they need to do. They need to organize their fights better, because they have great heroes for it.
Stalkat, Misty, and Impale, and he might be in some trouble now. Yanavgot coming out though, and Stalkat, he'll live. Song coming out, that means that ZXE is the only one that they can attack right now, but it's also the only one that can kill off the Chen. Chen will live, and it is ZXE that dies. Still there, the rest of Dream Team looking to at least make amends. Nubik though, getting shattered by that Ice Blast, and it's gonna be PGG who drops as well. That's gonna be NEXT.kz not losing a single target.
No fear? Why do you have no fear? Don't do this.
Well, he is able to get a kill. Look at this!
Gonna kill you.
No Fear is doing all kinds of ballsy stuff. What the fuck
Right.
will be sent back home though, and that's gonna be keeping him alive. But in the end, I mean, they killed a Naga Siren, which is awesome. And
It's
they
great
also
for them
killed
to
Chen.
get those kills, but
Yeah.
I feel like DT, they're actually way stronger if they just initiate with their Batrider. Every single time these fights go badly for them, it's because their Batrider's gone back to base or he's been sent somewhere else and he just isn't with them. And NEXT.kz, they just don't have as hard an initiation coming out from Stormcat. They can't start the fights on quite as nice their own side. And again, Afterlife is going to go down here, so this is another minute where DT can't initiate properly, and
Did he not see that?
Maybe.
Hello? Oh.
Starcat? Starcat, go get the gem.
Stalkat.
Please.
There's a courier on the way. Stalkat. His
You've got to be
teammates probably...
faster, Starcat.
Yeah, his teammates pinged it out. We saw the ping
Alright.
coming out from the Naga, so he took it home. And
Yeah, they did manage to spot it out, but apparently Starcat didn't. The rest of his team knew what was happening, but
you can
he's not
imagine
looking at
the
his own
conversation.
screen.
Jam! I would be doing that as a support because it was my money spent, but oh well. They have it, so that's good. We do have Shadowfiend almost. I say almost, he still needs about 1800 gold, but finishing up his Butterfly, that will make a big difference, I think. in terms of what Dream Team can do. Now, it won't make a big difference to the Naga Siren because her split pushing and her late game potential is not going to change from that. It just means that the game would be longer if that Shadow Fiend's actually successful. But we see her going for Manta style next, so she's just going for the kind of semi-boring build, aka just split push and ret Dodo as a fish Dodo.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most efficient Rat Dota build you're going to get, pretty much. It is incredibly boring and annoying, but it's the smart way to run things generally if you go for this Naga. Afterlife, he's managed to get the initiation on Stallcat here, but he's too far out.
Like,
he's too far out.
Yeah,
he's trying to initiate over 2 cliffs.
Yeah, that's not something that you should be doing. His team should be either closer, or he should be not so far away, basically. One of the two solutions.
Yeah, I feel like that's on him.
Yeah.
The Batrider has had definitely an off game this game, but when he gets the good initiations, he's definitely got them. You know,
see
it's not
the
like
difference.
He's done bad. He's just had a few terrible misplays. Like his play versus the TA mid was, I mean, a bit diabolical, really. And then some of his ganks have just been like, guys, I've got one. Oh, sorry, I didn't look at the map and realize you're on the other side of it.
Oh,
But they're coming in the top lane here.
He has got his BKB, but he apparently does not want to pop it. Song coming out. This is just
giving DT
song.
time. This is just giving DT time. ZXC might be up soon.
Well, Impale missed, and it's gonna be NEXT.kz that is the one to back out. So yeah, a bit of a wasted song. Now it is a level 3 song, so cooldown on it is not that long, but it's just a fully disengaging song. And now they can continue pushing bottom lane. Yay! Did you hear the happiness?
I mean, I heard the happiness. There was some serious happiness there. I'm just very confused about some of the plays that have gone on in this game. Some of the stuff's been really top-notch level, and then other stuff has been completely insane. Like, you should just never do that in any game ever. But they're going to try and get Mantis here. He doesn't have his song up for 10 seconds, so they have a small window. They do get the Batrider ult off.
Yeah, they get the real one there as well. The disable, nice pick off. Nice kill indeed. They need to continuously be able to do this. And then the most important thing is get something off the back of those kills. As Stallcat's actually on the hunt. He's the one with the gem.
Oh, and Watafucker, he's got a DD as well in this.
Yeah, oh god, this could be troublesome. Requiem of Souls interrupted for the moment. Stallcat will get picked up. The gem back in the hands of Dream Team. And Watafucker running away. His double damage through not really put to use all that much. And Nubik will... I think that is 1 second... And then something I cannot read.
Yeah, maybe?
Reeves? What are you doing there, Reeves? What's all those numbers above his head? Oh, we've got ants. We've got ants sticking napalm and the Shadow Poison. Yeah, that's stupid.
Poor guy.
All the numbers above his head. Visecundo!
What? I'm so confused what's happening right now. I can't tell if they're trolling each other or they're just like being mean to each other.
Well, I think
I
it's
feel
a
like
combination
it's probably
of
more
both.
likely trolling. Yeah.
Like
well, I mean,
banter.
trolling's always slightly mean, right?
Yeah.
Banter.
The Russian banter is normally slightly insulting. But that's the fun part about it.
I feel like I've met that. I feel like I've played a fair amount of Dota. Russian banter is pretty insulting.
Yeah. Well, we have got DT getting more and more solid footing in this game. It feels like they're getting more comfortable in their playstyle. DT as well. It's funny to actually notice the difference. And we have got the gold graph not really going up just yet, but it is DT Dream Team is holding their own while being 14k gold behind. So as soon as they start taking towers, they might be able to get back on top of this game. Experience graph, we see more clearly how this game is going, where it was in favor of NEXT.kz, and now slowly it's DT that is fighting back. DT fighting, as we do have another Roshan, third Roshan, so with Cheese taken by NEXT.kz.
I mean, the fact that the Roshans are constantly going the way of NEXT.kz is incredibly difficult for DT, but like you said, DT seem to be fighting back pretty well from this, and it's off the back of, I mean, probably a better draft as far as initiating and pulling people out of position and stuff. I mean, one thing that NEXT.kz don't really have is a strong initiator. They have the Nyx Assassin, but it's nowhere near as good as a Batrider is. Batrider's pretty much the best late game initiator because you completely pull somebody from a position where they feel very safe, where they're happy about it, where their team can defend, to right into the middle of your base underneath your tier 4 towers and murder them there. And Aegis is not going to help you if you end up underneath the tier 4 towers, because you're just going to die twice that way. So, I mean, yeah, they seem to be playing this fairly well. The issue is that, does it even matter? Because we've seen it time and time again. Naga Siren is normally a hero you come from behind on. It's normally a hero that you're like, okay guys, we're going to lose the first 20-30 minutes. Yep. And BKB has been used by NEXT.kz, so this is an opportunity for NEXT.kz.
Yeah, they also already used their blinks though, but they're waiting for the next group wave. They've already popped their Necronomicons, and this should be enough to just take down the tower. In the meantime, bottom lane is pushing out as well, and there's very little that DT can do against this onslaught coming out from NEXT.kz. Nice interruption on the bird though, that's going to be a good one. No tornadoes anymore to harass, but it doesn't mean that the tower is going to be safe. Meantime, on the bottom lane, we do have Nubik going for a kill, but he gets songed up. And looks like Naga is actually thinking about teleporting out. Motherfucker, trying to chase down ZXC, can't get it. Gets forced back again. In the meantime, Demonic Purge coming out as well as Stalcat, but they can't take her down, and it's actually Shadow Demon that goes down. Nyx Assassin with the killing blow due to the Spike Carapace. And Nyx Assassin himself will get picked up or not. Hand of God saving him for the moment. The stun will end him. And it's going to be Equal that manages to TP out. Turns into a one-on-one, but tier 3 mid is almost gone, and tier 3 bottom is completely gone. Split pushing is indeed annoying to deal with.
Yeah, and that's probably the biggest issue that Dream Team are trying to get through here, is that they can win fights. They can definitely win fights, especially with a good Batrider initiation. Their Wraith King is basically a big tanky guy who lightnings everybody, and even if you kill him, it doesn't even matter. ZXC is difficult to kill now with a BKB and a Butterfly, and the problem is that if NEXT.kz win a fight, or even if the fight goes even, or even against them, like it did in that last fight, that fight went against them, they lost. They took a tower on the bottom lane, and they did a ton of damage to the middle lane. What are Dream Team getting whenever they get killed? They don't get anything.
They get an Aegis, but they will lose.
Is just going to give them revenge.
Yeah, there was no mana for the Wraith King either. There's going to be PGG dropping as well. He gets a grave for the moment, but the delay of execution is what it is. No Fear will get picked up as well, and there indeed still goes the Shadow Demon from the Radiance Burn. 3 dead. And these Necronomicons are starting to be more and more valuable to burn away the mana of the Wraith King, making sure that he is not able to reincarnate at all. Whoa, Afterlife, what are you doing, buddy? You're the one that carries the gem. You do not want to die. But
I think he's just trying to do whatever he can desperately to defend the base right now, because they don't want to buy back. But it looks like they might have to.
Yeah, they would have to. They can buy back on the Wraith King as well.
It's either buy back now, guys, or lose. Alright, maybe they're going to full 5-man buyback. No?
No.
Alright, they're just going to give it up. Apparently they just had enough of this one.
Yeah, well, I cannot blame them. They had some misplays coming out today. And, I mean, we saw some parts where the synergy was spot on and where it worked out and where things looked good, but it's just, it didn't feel like their moment. They did not have the proper play. It's that simple.
I feel like that's exactly it. I mean, their draft was great. They had a great way of dealing with the Naga Siren. They had things that meant that they didn't need a huge amount of farm. They have the Batrider, who pretty much should beat the TA, and they just made some weird mistakes and weird decision making where somebody would go in and nobody else would, or a few people would go in and somebody who was really critical to helping them, like the Dazzle or the Batrider, would be on the other side of the map. And yeah, Dream Team, it just looks like they just need to sort of thrash that one out, look down at that game and just go, guys, we screwed up, that's fine, we can do better next time. Because their drafting, for instance, was very nice this game. I was very happy with their draft at the end of it. I thought they would probably walk over NEXT.kz even, and they just made dumb mistakes. I mean, that's all it is, just not paying 100% attention or something, I don't know.
Yeah, the drafting it wasn't only the drafting, the laning idea was nice as well. It's just mistakes were made, and a bit too many to be getting away with against NEXT.kz, who punished that hard. And to be honest, they didn't even have to punish some mistakes hard, because they were already punished by just towers or stuff like that. It was just kind of weird seeing them like that. Regardless, this was the match, of course, for the excellent Moscow Cup. NEXT.kz will take the points. We're still in the round-robin group stage of the 11/10 teams that are participating, and the top 4 is going to move to the LAN finals in Moscow later, in the end of May or something. So there's actually a $25,000 pool waiting for that. So yeah, you do want to get into those playoffs, but so far we don't know yet who's going to go because there's still a lot more games to be played. Although today we're not going to have another game. We would have if Virtus.pro was able to play, but they seem to be having some struggles with their rosters. So I'm going to wait for confirmation on that, but most likely they will not be able to play their match. Any last shoutouts or plugins if that is indeed the case?
I mean, no. Other than the usual twitch.tv/setmygibs. There's also a Twitter, YouTube. That's basically my portal for everything, though. Just go to my Twitch channel and you can find everything about me there. So thank you very much for having me on again. Hopefully we'll have another game, but I suspect VP are not going to be in the mood for this.
Likewise, but we'll find out, so stick with us. We'll be letting you know what's going to happen or if there's anything that is going to happen. And until then, just have a good time.